When I started doing my Magic the Gathering inventory, I did what everybody else suggested I do, which is set, sort, and alphabetize. And it really made me want to quit. It took so much time, and it just was absolutely a motivation killer. Today I'm going to go over my two-part system, which is what I use today on my 17,000 card inventory, which is not too bad for a basement slinger, which, by the way, if you're new here, my name is Josh. I run the store Tap for Games here in my basement, and I started selling this year in 2026, and I've started pretty much from scratch and been building the business up from there. Let me tell you why the standard advice of set, sort, and alphabetize doesn't work for a person like me, and why I feel that it has its own drawbacks when you're actually trying to get a smaller store off the ground from your basement. The one mistake that I see a lot of people doing, which I did as well, is believing that you have to do this in order to get your cards listed, pre-sorting everything by set and then by alpha. But as you continue to go through your card stacks, and if you have lots of cards like I do at the 17,000 range coming in at one time, you can find yourself in a scenario where you're just continuously doing this and not getting anything listed. So your S's begin to pile up, but your Z's, they're a giant zero. There's nothing in that category usually, except for on the random chance that a set has a Z, which does happen, but come on, let's just call it what it is. There's not a lot there. And not even that. Let's just talk about the fact that in every single one of your rows, if you're using a 5-box like I do, the S has become this huge, massive chunk where other parts were like this big, and it creates this distorted value in between how many cards are going through and how you're dividing everything up. And that's before you even go back to zipper. Picture your S stack and then trying to find each individualized card in there that actually matches. In that way, everything falls into its rightful place so that when you're doing your pulling, everything's working out well. The real cost? A lot of time. Not only that, not a lot of money coming in if it's taking you a while to get through your inventory. And if you're a lot like me, you're probably thinking, okay, Josh, so what's the alternative? Throw everything inside of a box and call it good and just hope? Not quite. Here's what I figured out instead. The first phase is the chaos sort. This is the process of taking cards into your inventory system in the exact order in which they come. And the reason why this is important is because when you're buying bulk collections, they don't always come nicely packaged, and definitely not within the same set. So what I've seen when I've brought in stuff is things that are color coordinated. I've seen things that are A to Z alphabetical, not by set. I've seen things that are done by serial number. And all of that is great for the person who's doing the inventorying when they send it out and they're checking every card, but it's not very helpful for your own inventory practices. So here's how it works. You grab a batch of cards. For me, that's 50. Put it inside of your scanning software tool, whether that be a phone or like I am using a Rioche, and get it into your inventory system as is, no fuss and no changes. You see this label? C1B01, that's bin C, cart 1, row B, section 1. And I do that all the way up to 18 sections. This syncs with TCG tracking and allows me to find cards at a rapid pace because the system knows where the card lives. And here really is the key. Chaos Sort enables me to have the card inside of the system and able to be sold even before I even touch a divider to get it inside of the row. It's listed, it's priced, it's live. Now that's powerful, but here's how it gets even better. So phase 2 is what I call the alpha pass. So it's chaos, then alpha, a merging of the two systems. And it's this piece that allows me to pull orders in a very fast fashion because everything is alphabetized within a smaller segment instead of the full row. So when I get an order, I'm able to pull it into TCG tracking and then have that print out a pull list for me. And everything is by location followed by alphabetical, which just creates this amazing process to pull everything in a fast fashion. This way, you're not trying to find a needle in a haystack. You're trying to go to a specific location and find the card, and it's right there alphabetically. That's the whole system. Once you experience how fast the pull is, you're never going to go back to the other way. Now, like all things, nothing is perfect in this world, and there are some shortfalls using my method. The one mistake that can definitely break your entire inventory process is when you're doing the pull. If you manage to yank a divider out on accident and your piles kind of combine, it becomes very difficult to pull them apart without going back to the system and pulling a pull sheet and seeing each card is in its right place before you put that divider back. The alternative would be to pull all those sections and rescan them back into the system so that they're nice and clean. So a way you can make sure that you're creating a better experience when you're pulling your inventory is one, only pull when you actually know you're in the right spot. And two, use some kind of a divider. I use this little cardboard piece that I stick in between my cardboard sheets, so if they do fall over, they don't end up causing any kind of confusion or mergers for me. And then when I'm pulling out, I make sure that the dividers stay within the sleeve itself. The other reason why this particular system is working great for me, it's cutting down a lot of my man hours. And on top of that, I have some other equipment that I've ordered that's supposed to arrive at the end of this year, the card mill system, which I'm quite excited about because after I get a 50 card listed into the system, I can drop that into the card mill so that it alphabetizes for me. And that is a video that I'm going to make in the future, but I need the equipment first. But overall, this system is the reason why I'm able to pick and pull orders after my main job in a quick and rapid fashion. Heck, I'm able to pull this in minutes, and I could probably do up to 30 to 50 orders within an hour pretty easily. I will say the caveat though is if you get a 100 card order, it's still going to take you that 30 minutes. All right, so let's recap. Chaos system gets it listed. Alpha Pass makes it very easy to find the cards. That's the whole system. Those two pieces together. If you're building a TCG business from scratch, kind of like I am, that's pretty much what this channel is about. And if that interests you, go ahead and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.